A Rochester woman is alive tonight after being shot in the head on Christmas Eve, allegedly by her boyfriend.
Yeah, police say the woman's 2-year-old and 5-year-old were in the apartment when the shooting happened and were there for at least 12 hours before help showed up. ABC 6 News reporter Mackenzie Davis is live where the shooting took place. Mackenzie, it was the father of those two kids who first contacted police.
Yeah, James and Laura, the children's father was supposed to have them on Christmas Day, and he was trying to get in touch with their mother, and he couldn't, so that's when he called police. Now, the police showed up here to the apartment and found the children unharmed, but found their mother with a gunshot wound to the head. 34-year-old Phillip Turner is accused of shooting his girlfriend in the head on Christmas Eve at the Valhalla condos in Northwest Rochester. She was found on Christmas Day by police responding to a welfare check. Police say the victim's 5-year-old answered the door to officers and told them mom was hurt. A 2-year-old was also in the apartment. Their mother was found in a bedroom unconscious but still alive. Organizations like the Women's Shelter and Support Center in Rochester are no stranger to domestic violence. Jeannie Thompson says the biggest hurdle for victims, though, is making that first call to ask for help.
Victims usually try and hold their family together. They try to hold things together through the holidays so that it doesn't interrupt things. But sometimes things happen. This isn't within their control. It's within the control, it's power and control with the abuser.
The holidays are a stressful time for some, and Thompson says they also see that cycle of violence increase when people are at home more often, such as when the weather was bad like we saw last week, or during the pandemic when people were sheltered at home. And she says after the holidays, the women's shelter sees an increase in crisis calls.
It's like, okay, we made it through this, but things are really getting intense. And so we need to reach out and find some options so that it doesn't get worse than it is. And so now through January, February, things kind of ramp up a bit.
And in cases when victims do have children, Thompson says they can bring their children with them to the shelter.
Because we know kids aren't going to be okay if their parents aren't okay.
Now, the victim's name or current condition have not yet been released. Now, the shooter or the victim's boyfriend, Phillip Turner, is facing an attempted murder charge, and police say they have evidence connecting him to the shooting, including the weapon that he allegedly used. Now, if you are someone or know someone who is a victim of domestic violence, there's a 24-hour crisis line that is with the Rochester Women's Shelter. It's 24 hours a day. You can contact it. It's on your screen right now. That's 507-285-1010. James and Laura.